is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you slap a like on this for me. Well, as promised, Joe Budden delivered a Drake diss, Making a Murder, produced by Arab Music, and the shit is fire. Unexpectedly flames. I mean, Joe Budden doesn't hold anything back on this, and you can't avoid it. It's fucking hot. He makes a lot of references. There's some quotables on some websites that I don't completely agree with. The quotables, it's hard to digest right away because Joe Budden is that deep of a lyricist. He goes in deep on this track. He says a lot. It's a long track. You got to bring it back a few times to really digest it. I'm going to be honest, I haven't fully digested it, but there's certain things that really stuck out to me is that he keeps referencing that, like, even though Drake fucked his girl, Drake okayed it with him, right? Joe says, I gave him 5 and said, hey, you the man, bro. Go ahead, do you, right? But Joe said, right when I critique your album, the Views album, on his podcast, he gets emotional and responds to him on 4 p.m. in Calabasas. He goes in hard on that, and then he says some line about, since you signed to 5 guys, make you a burger. And that's kind of hard because, as we know, Drake is signed to he's signed to a lot of people. He's signed to like Lil Wayne. But first he signed to Rap A Lot, and then who introduced him to Wayne, and Wayne signed him, and then Cash Money signed him. So he has a lot of people taking pieces of the Drake pie out of his whole like income. The quotable lyrics on some websites go like, I'm right here as per your request. Now you stuck in them shoes. No alliances with Meek. Still fuck him too. So he's kind of coming at Meek a little bit on this. He says, before we start, to the fans, I'm uncomfortable too. Stuck in the booth feeling like y'all, because I got love for the dude. So, he's stating that he is a fan of Drake, but hey, you called me out, I'm coming at you. And he even named this Part 1, because I'm assuming if Drake doesn't respond, he's going to do just what Drake did when he went at Meek. He went at Meek first on Charged Up, and then he came back with back-to-back when Meek didn't even respond. He came right back. I think Joe's going to come right back in a few days with Part 2 if Drake does not respond. Then he says, but now my phone blowing up. They're like, what am I going to do? Show the world you shouldn't poke a man with nothing to lose. So he's even dissing himself in the song, saying, I ain't worth that much anymore. I got nothing to lose. I'm going to come at you with everything I got. I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm going to say everything. He said, all of a sudden, I wasn't in love with the views. What happened? I just know they got me fucking confused. Hey, so he's basically calling Drake, emotional because he's not agreeing with his review of the Views album. So he really comes hard in this track. I'm not even gonna lie. And then he even puts a conversation between Drake and Joe Budden that was uploaded to Joe Budden TV on YouTube from 2009. Where Drake's saying it's an honor to be around him and how much he looks up to Joe. And Joe even references this, talking about Toronto. He's like, I didn't even charge for this, being in Toronto. And then I don't know, it's the way his delivery says, I don't even fucking be in Toronto. But he gives Toronto props at the same point. So he's not dissing Toronto. I mean, I don't know. It's a good track. You got to check it out. Go to Hot New Hip Hop. Check out the track. I think it's fucking hot. And hopefully Drake responds, because I like a little turmoil in the rap world. It makes things interesting. Last year it was Drake and Meek. That was the hot thing. I don't think Joe and Drake would be as hot, but it'll still be good for people that like some lyrics in a lyrical battle. Meek's probably not, obviously Meek's not going to respond because you didn't really focus on Meek in this. Meek's not really a hot topic at this moment, but Meek could heat up at any moment. He's off house arrest, so hopefully Meek comes back, because I'm a big fan of Meek too. Meek got bars, so I just hope he stays out of trouble and stays off house arrest in jail, because that's been a big setback for him the past 2 or 3 years. Well, anyways, slap a like on this for me. This is Jordan Tower with JT News, reporting as much news as possible.